Hello everyone, it's Jolene here. I've been feeling very inspired these last few weeks to do a little presentation on the immune system, and I've had a couple of people ask me if I would do one with them, and I will do, but this is just a little bit of a practice. So I'm just hoping that I can share some things I've learnt with you over the years, and maybe there's some golden nuggets and some tools there that you can use in this current time now just to boost your immune system. So I'm just getting used to Zoom and flicking around, so bear with me and hopefully I can give you something useful. So when I think of the immune system, I think of the body's defense system. So a bit like the army that goes out to protect you. So when it comes to our immune system, interestingly, the majority of it is found within our gut. And I want to just flick to a share screen here and show you a picture of that. So hopefully you can see this, and you can see that the immune system has many different parts to it. So we've got the lymph nodes, the appendix, bone marrow, tonsils and adenoids, thymus, spleen, and the Peyer's patch. So this is the gut down here, and this is where 70% of your immune system resides. So when we're thinking of the gut and the gut microbiome, we're thinking of those microscopic microorganisms that live in us, on us, and around us. So gut starts in our nose and mouth. Hang on, let me just click out of here so you can still see me. So the gut starts up here in our nose, ears, mouth, and it goes all the way down through our gastrointestinal tract and then through to our anus. So it's a really long tube, but it has a surface area of 2 tennis courts. So it's this massive, like, membrane is the gut. And so within our nose and sinuses and orifices and everything is all these little microorganisms. They're actually all over us. Like, there's microbiome in our hands, in our breasts, in all our tissues. It's everywhere. So what we need to do is to be supporting those microorganisms. So we've been taught to think that bacteria is bad and viruses are bad and everything's bad and kill everything. And so what scientists are realizing now is that that is actually not true. Like, nature doesn't necessarily put things in our path to make us sick. If we've got our defenses all stacked in the right order and, you know, stacked in our favor, we're not going to have a problem with any of these pathogens that come into our environment. So if you think about, for example, the viruses that are getting out there, like, how is that going to get into you? It can only get in there through your orifices. So it can only get in through your eyes, your nose, your mouth, your ears, you know, your breasts, your butt, through your skin. That's the only way it can get in there. So if you've got this defense system within you, this army working at full force, you don't need to worry about catching any of these things. And if you do, it'll only be very mild, and your body has been designed to fight off any of these invaders. So what else do I want to say? So look, I've got some amazing books that I've bought over the years, and this is John Tolman's FDR. This is the, which is this? This is the volume 3. So I just want to show you some of these here. So, you know, nature is so miraculous and so clever. And basically all the foods we need to support our immune system come from nature. So if you look at this diagram here, you'll see you've got the immune and the lymphatic system, and all the systems are working closely together. So these two are particularly working together. So you can see all the kinds of foods here that will protect and support your immune system. So when I think of the immune system, I'm thinking of things like vitamin C. I think of the color yellow. So if you know anything about the chakras and the energy centers, it's to do with the sacral chakra, your immune system. It's the color yellow. So things like the sun, things like lemons, things like bananas, pineapples, any of those kinds of foods, vitamin C, any of those foods are going to be really good to protect your immune system. And other foods he's got here is oranges, limes, we've got melons, we've got leeks, you know, garlic. So we know that garlic's antifungal, antiviral, antibacterial. I pulled a couple of things out of my cupboard to show you. So that's a vitamin C. You know, of course, we've got honey. So honey, this is a natural honey. antifungal, antiviral, antibacterial. So that's, you know, one of nature's cures. So one of the best things you can do if you come down sick would be, you know, beautiful honey and lemon in warm water. It's so healing. It's so therapeutic. An apple heals and protects every single cell and organ in the body. So if I cut this apple down this way, it stands in the shape of a five-pointed star. So if I stand up here now, you can see that my body is in the shape of a five-pointed star. I've got my head, my arms, and my legs going down. That's the five-pointed star. Apple heals and protects everything. I said lemons before. Ginger, look at that, beautiful, organic. What did I say? Ginger, that's garlic. Beautiful, organic garlic. Amazing. Nature's healing food. There's ginger, antifungal, antiviral, antibacterial, food for the stomach. What have I got here? A little bit of lemon ginger tea. So this is Tulsi. So Tulsi is the Indian queen of the herbs. Amazing food to support and protect the immune system. What else can I tell you? Oh, here's another one of Dawn's books here. Now, I've owned this series of books for 14 years and I still haven't got my head around all of it. That's how complicated and amazing it is here. But I want to share a few other things. So Don Tolman is the whole food medicine man. He is definitely one of my mentors who got me on this path of food as medicine. You know, way back in 2006, I bought this. And at the time, I was a bit of a party animal. But now I've really got my act together and I'm really on to, you know, food as medicine and nature's cures and all those sorts of things. So he here talks about yellow foods as well for the lymph system. So the lymphatic and immune system stores and contains the emotional molecules. So that's something really interesting as well. So, you know, what's happening at the moment with everybody watching the news and reading the papers and being in this fear, being in the fear and anxiety, what that actually does is lower the defenses of your immune system. So the very system that we need to be protecting, we are actually harming that through thoughts of fear and anxiety. So my advice to you would be to stop watching the news. Now, I have a TV, but I do not watch the news. So all I do is probably once a week. I wouldn't say I'm up to date with what's going on at all. Once a week, I have a quick little check-in. And then that's it. I literally watch it for about 10 minutes and that's all you need to know. So we don't want to be living in this fear-based reality because what that does is it triggers the flight and fight response of your body and that is actually going to draw you closer to getting sick because it's going to lower your defenses. So what we need to be doing is trying to be optimistic, trying to be hopeful, trying to be, you know, living in the light. Get outside, get in nature. If you haven't got a garden, now is the time to start one. Get out in the sun. Even if it's raining, just get outside, breathe in some fresh air, get some rain on you. There's so many healing benefits in nature. It's what our body was designed for. Our body was designed to live in nature and eat the foods of nature. So, you know, tapping into that universal wisdom, those ancient, ancient knowledge really, that is going to help you in this time to, you know, look after your immune system. So I just want to have a look at some other information. So I did a little presentation here. I just took down some notes. So I just want to read, it's just a little bit of theory just to make sure that I'm covering everything here. So I said that when I think of the immune system, I think of the, you know, the defense system, the internal army that's protecting us from outside invaders. When pondering on what the immune system means to me, it's the yellow, it's the sacral chakra, it's gut health, it's lemons, ginger, garlic, honey. It's, you know, some of those beautiful essential oils. So, you know, your peppermints, your lavender, your oregano, your lemon, your lime, your mint, all those foods, absolutely beautiful. You know, in the kitchen, think bone broth, think stews, think warming food with lots and lots of vegetables. Like you just can't eat enough fruits and vegetables at this time. So if anything, we need to be stacking the deck in our favor. So if you're sitting at home drinking or smoking and doing any of those things, that's not going to be helping you. That's actually going to be drawing you closer towards getting sick. Now, I used to be a bit of a drinker, and people that know me will understand that, but I'm nearly 2 years now without any alcohol. And I can tell you, I have never, ever felt better. So alcohol was my kryptonite. I never had control over that. And, you know, alcohol definitely damages your gut. It damages your immune system. It's also very aging, and we know that it's bad for us. So, you know, I'm not going to be preaching and telling anyone to stop drinking, but I am going to say that if you're just sitting around drinking every day, then you're going to draw yourself closer towards getting sick. So you can either stack the deck in your favor and be healthy, or you can keep eating processed food and drinking crap and then being unhealthy. And so then if you do get sick, well, you'll know why, because you weren't looking after yourself. And, you know, that's what we need to do. And I think, you know, there's a very real reason here why half the world has stopped. And we've stopped to pause and reflect and think about the way we're treating ourselves, the way we're treating our environment. You know, it goes so far and it goes so deep. So, look, I just like to encourage everyone to really, you know, look in the mirror and really try and see the beauty in yourself, and really trying to love yourself and to look after yourself, because you're all you've got, really. You know, you've been given this amazing, miraculous body that is so self-healing, but you do need to treat it well for it to be able to heal itself. You know, the last 6 months I've been meditating twice a day, and that has been absolutely profound. And I'm now going on like some kind of woohoo spiritual journey, which I was sort of on before, prior to meeting John and having kids. I was a Reiki master and I was doing a lot of energy work, but I'd sort of put those cards down while I raised the kids. But, you know, Oscar's nearly 9, Kobe's 7, and now it's my turn to really tap into my soul and what my soul wants to do to help the planet. And I think, you know, in terms of wanting to help people, and I know a lot of people want to do that, we first need to help ourselves. So we really need to have that self-love. We need to feed ourselves food that are loving and kind. And, you know, then we will be more attractive to the world and to the light and to the universe and all those things. So I wish everyone the best in health, and hopefully you found something useful out of this. Thanks.